Hello students, welcome to the English class. Today we are going to deal with grammar. Verbs. What are verbs? Verbs are action words. Verbs are divided into two types. What are they? As you all already know, they are divided into finite verbs and non-finite verbs. What are finite verbs? Finite verbs are the main verbs that denotes action. And what about non-finite verbs? A non-finite verb is a verb form that does not show any tense. In other words, you cannot tell if a sentence is in the past tense, present tense or future tense by looking at a non-finite verb. Therefore, a non-finite verb is never the main verb in a sentence. And what are non-finite verbs? Once again, you recall, it is also known as verbals. There are three types of verbals. What are they? First one is gerund, second one is infinitive, and the third one is participle. Today, we are going to deal with gerunds and infinitives. What are gerunds and infinitives? These are formed from verbs. They never used alone as verbs. They function as nouns and also called verbal nouns. Gerunds are also called verbal nouns. Gerunds end with ing. This you have very well know. They function as nouns too. For example, jumping is fun. Here, gerund acts as a subject to a verb. Sometimes it functions as an object to a verb. For example, I like fishing. Here, fishing is a gerund which acts like an object. Next example, Mrs. Kala has a unique way of teaching. Here, gerund acts as an object to a preposition. Now, we are going to see about infinitive. What is infinitive? This also you have known very well. It is the base form of a verb with to. Gerund is verb plus ing and infinitive is of two kinds, that is to infinitive and bare infinitive. First, we will see about to infinitive. It functions as noun, adjective or adverb. Examples for to infinitive. To jump is fun. Here, infinitive to jump acts as the subject. Next example is my son likes to sing. Next, bare infinitive. What is bare infinitive? To won't be present in the sentence. That is called bare infinitive. For examples, my parents live in India. Take down, my parents live in India. They make me happy. Next sentence. Read slowly. Read slowly. And the fourth one is, you may use my car. Have you all taken down? Again, you look at these sentences. The first two sentences are statements. Here, where infinitive comes in statements. See the third example. Read slowly. What kind of sentence is this? Yes, good. This is imperative sentence. Then see the fourth one. You may use my car. Here, may is the modal auxiliary. Here, where infinitive comes after a modal auxiliary. So, in these sentences, where infinitive comes in statements, imperative and after modal auxiliaries. Have you all understood? Some more examples for to infinitive. I have a suggestion to offer. Here, infinitive acts as an adjective modifying suggestion. Next comes the example for adverb. The manager called her to give a last warning. The third type of non-finite verbs is participle. What is participle? A verb that ends in ing is present participle. A verb that ends in ed, d, t, en, n is past participle. You should not confuse between present participle and gerund. Let's see about participles. Participles may function as adjectives and describing nouns. For example, the dancing parrots entertained the crowd. The wrecked sailboat washed up on shore. The first one is example for present participle and the second one is example for past participle. Have you noted down? Now, we are going to see in detail about gerunds and infinitives with some exercises. Now, we are going to see about the usage of gerunds. Gerund is often used as a subject. See, in these sentences, reading and swimming are the gerunds that are used as subjects of the sentences. Are you clear? Then the next point for the usage of gerunds. Gerund is used as an object after certain verbs. These are the examples for gerund used as an object after verbs. A great variety of verbs plus preposition or adverb combinations such as be for, be against, give up, keep on, look forward to, put off. Take the gerund. Take down the examples too. I am looking forward to hearing from you in the near future. Here, looking forward to acts as the preposition. Example, they were thinking about going on holiday to London at Christmas. After leaving school, she started to work. Here, in these two sentences, about and after are the prepositions. After these prepositions come the gerund. Take down the next point. Gerunds are used after such prepositions as after, on, with, without, before, by, and conjunctions like when and while. Examples, before leaving the house, she checked all windows. Second example, he went on speaking without paying attention to the noise. Here, in this sentence, there are two gerunds. What are they? Speaking and paying. Then the next example, while repairing his car, he tried to listen to me. Till now, we have seen about the gerunds in positive sentences. Now, we are going to see the negative form of gerunds. What is the negative word can be used? Not. Good. Examples, he enjoys not working. He enjoys not working. The next example, the best thing for your health is not smoking. Here, in these two sentences, the negative form of gerund comes. That is, not working and not smoking. Shall we go to the next point? Gerund is used after certain expressions such as can't stand, can't bear, etc. He can't help talking so loudly. I can't stand her smoking in the office. He can't bear having so much responsibility. Infinitive is a non-finite and the first form of the verb which is used with or without to. We have seen the examples for these two, with to and without to. With to is called to infinitive and without to is called bare infinitive. Let's see the infinitive form of the words learn. What is the infinitive form of the word learn? Yes, you are right. To learn. For the word give? Yes, good. To give. If the word given is learn, we can write learning for gerund and to learn for infinitive. Likewise, I will tell you the word. You should tell me the gerund form and infinitive form. Give. Yes, very good. Giving is the gerund form. To give is the infinitive form. Let's see more examples. They want to go now. He forgot to call her. See, in these two sentences, to go and to call are the infinitives. They are two infinitives. From now, we are going to see the usage of infinitives. What is the first point? The infinitive is often used after certain verbs such as, take it down, arrange, forget, learn, plan, ask, help, manage, promise, decide, hope, offer, refuse, expect, intend, prepare, want, pretend, appear, seem. Like in gerund, the negative form of infinitives can be made by adding not. Examples: I decided not to go. Next example, the most important thing is not to give up. Next, the infinitive is used after certain verbs, adjectives and nouns. Let's see one by one. First, we are going to see the infinitive and verb combination. That is verb plus infinitive. Example for this is, they hope to reach the party on time. I want to try the new ice cream flavor. Here, what are the infinitives? To reach and to try. The infinitives come after the verbs hope and want. Next, we are going to see the form adjective plus infinitive. Examples are, I am happy to hear you are well. She is delighted to see him. Here, the infinitives to hear and to see come after the adjectives happy and delighted. The noun plus infinitive form. Example is, I have got some homework to do. Here, homework is the noun and to do is the infinitive. Then, another usage of infinitive. The infinitive is used to express a purpose. we are going to see from the examples. I got up early to do homework. I have some letters to write. Here I am expressing the purposes. Next, the infinitives can also follow certain nouns. Examples for noun plus infinitive form. It is a high price to pay. It's time to take a break. He made a decision to take up extra subjects. Here, see the infinitives. They come after nouns. What are the nouns here? Yes, you are right. Price, time and decision. Here, you have to recall about gerund also. Some verbs such as like, love, hate, start, prefer can take gerund or infinitive with similar meanings. Not for all the verbs we can take gerund and infinitive with similar meanings. Now we are going to see the examples. I love to eat chocolates. Here, what is the infinitive? To eat. It comes after the verb love. Next example. I love eating chocolates. Here, eating is the gerund. It comes after the verb love. Look at these two sentences. Here, only the gerund and infinitives have changed. Next example. I started to polish the car, but then decided not to. Here, which is the infinitive? Yes, you are right. To polish is the infinitive and it comes after the verb started. Likewise, we are going to see the example with these subject, verb and object, but with gerund. I started polishing the car, but then decided not to. See the difference? Only the infinitive and gerund have changed, but not in the meaning. In the same way, you can write the sentences for some other verbs given examples. You have to be very careful for a few verbs such as stop, remember and forget can be followed by either the gerund or the infinitive, but the meanings are different. They stopped having lunch at the restaurant. Second example is they stopped to have lunch at the restaurant. See here, only the gerund and infinitive have changed and also their meaning. See the first sentence. They don't eat at the restaurant anymore. because they stopped having lunch at the restaurant. Come to the second sentence. They stopped another activity in order to have lunch at the restaurant. That means they are going to have lunch at the restaurants. For this reason, they have stopped another activity. See the difference in meaning. And one more thing you have to be careful is to. TO2 can be a part of the infinitive or it can be a preposition. We can use the gerund after the preposition to. We can also use the gerund, that is ing form, after the preposition to in certain cases. Examples are, I look forward to hearing from you. See, this is the right form of the sentence. If the sentence is given like this, I look forward to hear from you. You may think this is the right one. No, this is not the right one, because look forward to is the prepositional phrase. So, the first sentence is the right one. I look forward to hearing from you. Hearing only acts as the gerund. I am going to give you exercise in gerunds and infinitives. Take down. Put the verbs in brackets into the gerund or the infinitive. I hope you have all enjoyed this class. Thank you. Have a nice day.